This is how I do some of the experiments anytime I am told to do so. I decided to video record this particular session. Hello everyone, welcome to my experiment journey. I have measured all my ingredients. What I just need to show you is how I mix them. I have combined my oils. I'm using palm oil 70%, palm kernel oil 30%, and I just added the oil to the pot. I'll be using semi-hot process and hot process for this experiment one. Just watch what I am doing and how I achieved some of the soups. I just dissolved my caustic soda. I'm adding it into my warm oil. My oil is warm. Okay, I just literally heat the pot and I added the oil to it. So I'm going to mix to have a good mixture. Then I'm going to cover to allow the soup to gel. In case this is your first time of seeing this channel or seeing any of my videos, you are welcome, and I'm happy and glad to have you in this particular journey. Please consider liking this page, follow for more. If you are watching this via YouTube, please consider subscribing as well. And for those that have been with me on this channel, on this place, thank you for always coming back. I am happy to have you also, and I appreciate all your support and love. Okay, the soap has gelled. Can you see the fume that is coming out, the smoke that is coming out of it? So I just added my sodium silicate into the hot soap. Okay, remember this is similar to hot process. Okay, the only difference is I use the hot caustic to cook the soup. I did not use an extra heat to cook the soup. So this one I added just silicate. I'm going to pour it into the mold, and the other part I'm going to add some things. Just keep watching for you to see how the experiment goes and how I was able to achieve those beautiful soaps you saw the other time. Okay, so I'm going to keep this aside. Then this one in the pot, I'm going to add sulfate and soda ash. I have already dissolved the soda ash and sulfate. The reason why I'm going to heat it is because whenever you add soda ash to a cooked soap, to a gelled, very well gelled soap, that soap is going to harden up immediately. There is nothing you can do. It's going to harden up so fast. Okay, so that is why I place the pot over a medium heat or low heat. Then I've added the soda ash and the sodium sulfate to it. Then I will take part of it and into the mold. Then this other part in the pot, I'm going to add sugar to it. Okay, for those, I don't know whether the person that gave me this job will be using a plodder for this. I don't know. They told me a brown soup. Okay, so I'm basically working on something that could go through a plodder or could not go through a plodder, but yet will give you a brown soup. So I just added my sugar. But if the person, or if the person will be using a plodder, the person sometimes they do add molasses. Okay, and molasses is a kind of sugar. All right, so I just added sugar to the last one now in the pot, and that's it. I'm going to see in the second experiment. Okay, welcome back to the second experiment. In this particular experiment, I'm going to use palm oil 100%, palm kernel oil 100%. Okay, and this is going to be cold process, pure cold process, as in I have dissolved the caustic soda a long time. So I've just added my sodium silicate into the oil. Just 5% is okay. All right, so I'm adding my caustic soda, my cooled down caustic soda solution gradually into this soap. I'm going to mix it for it to have a good mix, and I'm going to add my sugar to it. Yeah, I just added sugar to it. I'm going to mix very well, then pour it into the mold. This I'm not going to add any other thing. I'm not going to add the soda ash. I'll just pour it into the mold. Remember the first experiment, I divided the soap into three, into three. I added sodium silicate to all the badges. Then I added sulfate and soda ash. Then the last part I added sugar. All right, so welcome to experiment 3. Now in this experiment 3, it's also cold process. Yeah, I used palm kernel oil 100%. All right, but something happened on the way. Just keep watching. Okay, I'm going to add my sodium silicate. I've added my sodium silicate into the bowl before adding my oil. So this is my caustic soda solution. I just added my sugar syrup into the caustic soda solution. I'll add it into the oil and mix. I'll mix, and I'll pour into the mold. The difference here is the percentages I used to bleach the palm oil. The palm oils were bleached, but not at the same level or same. Yeah, they are bleached differently. Okay, so that is that, and this is experiment 4, which will be the last experiment for this batch. Now I'm using bleached palm kernel oil. This also cold process, so I'm using bleached palm oil, 100% of bleached palm oil and bleached palm kernel oil. So I'll add it into the bowl, but first I'll scrape out the soap that was in the bowl. I've added the oil into the bowl. I'll add my sodium silicate into it. I'll mix very well, make sure it's mixed very well. Then I'm going to add my cool or my dissolved caustic soda into it, and I'm going to mix it very well. Mix very well. Then I'm going to add my sugar syrup into the soup, and I'll mix it very well. Then pour into the mold. I'll pour half of it into the mold, then the other half I'm going to add soda ash and sodium sulfate. This particular batch, this last batch, is my favorite because it came out so beautiful, so smooth, maybe because of the bleached palm kernel oil, I don't know. So this is the part I've added into the mold, and the one in the bowl I'm going to add my dissolved soda ash and sodium sulfate. Gradually I'll mix, then pour into the mold. Please remember, we have classes running, laundry bar soap for beginners. If you have never made soup before and you want to start making your own soup, contact the number on the screen. You want to start making your own natural beauty bar soap using fruits, herbs, vegetables, spices, your foods, yes, contact the number on the screen. You want to start formulating your own skincare products like your serum, your body cream, your lotion, your sunscreen, your toner, anything skincare, contact the number on the screen. And you have been making soap and you've not been making profit. Yes, we have trained over 100 bar soap makers to be making profit. So this part I've just added my soda ash and sulfate, then I've added it into the mold, and I'll leave it to harden up. I don't know if it was up to 24 hours, but I left it to harden up before unmolding. So the level you bleach your palm oil will determine the level of the brown soap you will get. Okay, so the people that contacted me for this job, I have already explained everything to them and they are on it, they're working on it. So this is the next let's say, okay, when the soap has hardened up, now this is the one I made first, that I put in the carton. I'll cut it, just silicate, and the brown is amazing. The brown is so, it's amazing, it's deep brown, it's so amazing. So this is the one I did cold process. I added sugar and silicate alone. And now there is something I noticed. It has been raining here for days now, non-stop, and there is soda ash on the soap due to the weather. Now a lot has been happening to bar soap. So if you're making your soap in this cold weather, after making it, please cover it with a thick cloth or a nylon to avoid the soda ash producing on it, or after cutting you wrap immediately. Okay, now this is the soap the next day after 2 days. Can you see? Let me know your favorite among these soaps. To me, I love all the colors, especially number 7. Number 7 and number 4 and number 1. In fact, all the colors, I love them. Let me know the one that is your favorite. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.